Hey everybody, I updated to a lavalier, so we'll see if you can hear me better. There's just been some stuff lately that hasn't been sitting right with my spirit, so I feel like I should make an update on my journal, which is what this channel is. This is my journal. So if people are hanging around looking for some kind of I don't know, charismatic something, this isn't it. Nor will I be divulging any secrets. Like, I think that's one of the things that's bugging me. It's a story for another day, but not too long ago, I want to say about 10 years ago, something like that, I was the victim of spiritual abuse. And it wasn't from the Santeria community, it was from the pagan community. And you know, the actions still apply, though. And a lot of people make themselves vulnerable out of their desire to... Well, people have multiple motivations for whatever they do. But a lot of people who are spiritual seekers are seeking something that is very fundamental to the human experience, and that is connection. And by connection, I mean, psychologically speaking, they're seeking attachment that a parental figure hasn't given them. They're seeking attachment that they're not getting from romantic relationships. They're seeking integration into a community because human beings are tribal beings. We are meant to live in clusters and communities. And the modern society that we have currently tacked together, in order to exploit us, under, specifically capitalism, one person on the top has a whole lot of money and the rest of us, basically funnel all of our labor and money up to this one rich person who gets to be the CEO and takes all of our money, essentially. But in order to make that, there is a tribal element that gets exploited, which is why when you go to work, sometimes they'll say things like, we're a family. No, we're not. They're exploiting that forced disconnection that this society has created in order to plug us in like a battery in order to power that machine to make all of that money and resources go to that person on the top of the pyramid. And what Aboriginal cultures have that Western cultures who have been steeped in tribalism don't have is that sense of being connected to life, connected to the earth, connected to creation, realizing that we are animals. Animals, vegetables, minerals. Animals have a way that nature has made them to live. Fish live in schools. Lions live in prides. Dogs live in packs. Humans live in tribes. We are looking for that. It's an instinctual need that we have. And all humans depend on other humans in order to live. No matter how fiercely independent you think you are, you're not growing all of your own food. You did not build your house. You did not make the clothes you are wearing. Some other human being did that. And you guys all traded your labor and production with each other. Not fairly, because again, it went up the pyramid to that one person. We're all being exploited. Pay attention to that. But that dependency that we have on each other, this system has made an illusion to make it look like that's not there. And it is. It is there. We are social creatures. Period. That's reality. Abject reality. Not politics, not, oh, how I feel about it. That's actual reality. And the economics of it have been obfuscated. Under capitalism, we have an economics of buy product, get product. And in that loop, we are taking resources from the natural environment to make a product, to get a product. And these holes that are being made by making us feel less than what we are, making us have a lot of insecurities and exploiting them, separating us from each other, making it so parents have to work 2 jobs just to feed us, so they're not here. Emotionally, the children are neglected. That messes you up a little bit. We're forced to go into institutions of learning, and you have a whole bunch of people that are kind of not okay, and like one teacher. And even if you have the best teacher, right, a classroom of 30, 40 kids is unmanageable. Bullying happens. Those instincts are still going to be there. You're in the tribe, you're not in the tribe. And we're not talking about this. We're not educating or really thinking about, how our human biology, how we're made to live as a species, affects us. And so we separate ourselves further from our environment. And I don't think that that's healthy. Tribal societies don't think in terms of get product, make product. They think in terms of give support, get support. And communally, they think in terms of, okay, how can I help the collective? How can the collective help me? There's a social contract that you all keep with each other. And as we've made those tribes smaller and smaller and smaller until we've gotten to the point of the nuclear family, not even extended family, not even your whole family, not even your aunts and uncles and cousins, and that one guy who's not really your uncle, but he's your uncle because he's always there. We've gotten to the point where it's just you and your spouse shoved in a room. How is that healthy? How is any of that healthy? Really think about that. So then, because of that hole that's being created in us, we go and we try to fill it with stuff. We either, fill it trying to create status for ourselves. Oh, look, I have this BMW. That means I'm a good person. It's a hunk of metal with wheels that makes you go back and forth. That's all that is. No matter how expensive it is. It's literally just a hunk of metal. Period. Oh, look, I have, Fubu on. I have the finest gear. I have Louis Vuittons. It's just clothes. It's cloth. It's cloth that somebody else probably got exploited for 2 cents, a thing to sew together. But we've attached a status meaning to it and become obsessed with it. We look and to create new families and pseudo families out of other broken people that are around us. Guilty. But the thing that we're actually looking for is love, validation, and community. That's it. And that's really the things that human beings need. Yes, hello, Miss Kitty. Meh. I already fed her. She's made of lies. Anyway. So, spirituality, regardless of your religion, is supposed to connect you back to nature. Connect you back to God. Connect you back to your humanness and your tribalness and give you insight onto what all of that is. So, if that's not happening, if you have a charismatic person who's trying to sell you a book, who's trying to, get you to come to a seminar, who's trying to get you to give them free labor to build a shower house in the middle of the woods so that way they can have some kind of commercial enterprise. Look at abject reality. Now, if you have a community that has goals, that's great. But look for the red flags. I'm going to link some of the a video and some checklists for like cultish behavior, because anything can be a cult. Tupperware can be a cult. Lululemon, literal like stretchy pants became a cult. But one of the things that a lot of it connects with is you have like 1 or 2 charismatic people trying to get something from other people who have that situation, that imbalance going on. An actual spiritual practitioner is trying to get you to fix yourself, to get you to reconnect, to get you to heal that imbalance, to get you to go to therapy, to get you to parent yourself, to take responsibility for yourself, to get you to give validation to yourself, love yourself. You do not need other people to give that to yourself. When you do that, you give your power to another person, and people are fallible. When I got crowned, Obatala is now my dad. Obatala is now that unconditional love. Obatala is now the one who gives me that validation and gives me that insight to heal and love myself. So now I can give my love and my whatever freely to the community. It's so simple, but it's so hard, and it's literally driving us insane. So that's the main thing. And so many people in these traditions, just look on the internet. They have these stories about how they've been in a community for like 9 years, and they thought they had this, and they thought they had that, and they thought they were a leader. And like just the other day, this lady posted this big old thing that was like an hour long, telling her entire life story about how essentially she got lied to and her OCHA was invalid. I'm sure there were red flags there. I'm absolutely sure there was red flags along the way. But your thirst and desire makes you vulnerable. That doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't make you stupid. But when people are telling you, don't go after the charismatic people, do your due diligence. Find out if they're legit, regardless. We're not saying it to, make you angry. We're saying it to get you to protect yourself so you don't do this, so you don't get exploited. The people who are legit don't own, a whole bunch of stuff. They're not going to be on YouTube all the time. They're busy. They have a job. They have 2 jobs. Some have 3 jobs. So, just if someone's overly charming, be careful. There have been so many charlatans in the Christian community, looking at you evangelicals with your, televangelism, in the Catholic community with the touchy priests, with the pagan community with a bunch of leaders coming out as TERFs and, spiritual grifters and, cults, and also some of them, touching kids. That whole thing with, I can't remember off the top of my name. I think it was Ferrer, one of them. And then you have people who pick up books and they know just enough about whatever, and they pull a Madame Cleo on you, and they're like, "Call me now, by my shiny rock. I'm super spiritual. Let me read you with my Orisha cards." Like, they're just stealing your money. The real ones are working. The real ones are in their house. The real ones are hiding in their house because they don't want to deal with it. Shit. Candelo Cambisa. Do I need to say more? So, anyway, that's my little rant for today. Currently, I'm in hermit crab mode. I'm trying to do a career change. I'm studying. And hermit crab mode is when it's like you're comfortable, but you feel like things are getting small and you need to grow more. So, you're making the next move on your Camino. So that's where I'm at. Good luck, peeps. Lucy Progresso.